Barron Trump, the youngest member of the first family, leads a life filled with immense wealth and luxury, including private jets, mansions, and exclusive events. Growing up in such privilege, his lifestyle is a constant display of high society and opulence. His world offers a glimpse into the life of an heir to a fortune that few can imagine, where extraordinary experiences are part of the daily routine. Luxurious lifestyle of Barron Trump. Barron Trump, born on March 20, 2006 in New York City, has lived a life most can only dream of. As the youngest in a family of older siblings, some of whom are decades older, Barron was the family's cherished youngest member, raised more like an only child than anything else. His parents, well, they are anything but ordinary. His father, Donald Trump, made his fortune through real estate and became a household name through his TV show, The Apprentice. With a net worth of $7.5 billion, he is synonymous with wealth and power. His mother, Melania, was a glamorous model who later became First Lady, adding yet another layer of prestige to Barron's world. Together, they offered him a lifestyle overflowing with luxury at every turn. Barron spent his early years in the famed Trump Tower, a towering symbol of Manhattan's elite. Picture this, a whole floor of the iconic building dedicated just to him. While most kids play in a yard, Barron had a skyscraper as his personal space. Talk about a playground with a view. Growing up in this rarefied environment meant that every desire was met with ease. No limits, no boundaries. Whether he was exploring the family's vast interests or pursuing his own passions, Barron had the freedom to live without restrictions. But it wasn't just New York that defined Barron's world. His family's wealth opened doors to incredible places, like the sprawling Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach, Florida. This luxurious property, often called the Winter White House, became another place for Barron to experience life at its finest. Complete with golf courses, swimming pools, and private beaches. Barron and his father, Donald, often enjoyed golf games together, creating memories in the sun-soaked haven. In every corner of his life, Barron Trump has known nothing but the finest things. It's a world of privilege and prestige that most can only imagine. Barron Trump's life in the spotlight began almost immediately after his birth, making his debut on The Oprah Winfrey Show just 2 months after he was born. This marked the first of many media moments for the young Trump, who quickly became the center of attention. During that show, Oprah's close friend, Gayle King, had an exclusive conversation with Barron's parents, Donald and Melania. The proud couple shared their joy about becoming parents again. Donald, with a big smile, couldn't help but express his excitement over the arrival of his son, while Melania spoke fondly of her husband's bond with the newborn. She mentioned how Donald spent his mornings with Barron, watching TV and reading the paper. It was a sweet glimpse into their family life. Even though Barron was a bit fussy during the interview, it was clear the world was fascinated by the youngest Trump. The couple also revealed that Barron's name was one Donald had always loved but never used until now. That TV moment was just the beginning of Barron's life under the media microscope. Born to a billionaire businessman and a former supermodel, Barron's world has always been one of luxury and high-profile attention. Fast forward to 2024, and Barron's net worth is estimated at a staggering $60 million. That's an impressive fortune for someone who hasn't even had to work for it, thanks to his family's wealth and wise investments. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Barron's trust fund is a treasure trove of high-end assets, including a massive 10,000-square-foot mansion in Palm Beach, Florida, valued at around $11 million. This estate, located on the same grounds as his father's Mar-a-Lago resort, is part of Barron's growing property portfolio. In addition, Barron has a sprawling 30-acre estate in Bedminster, New Jersey, estimated at $19 million. This property boasts a 7,000-square-foot mansion, a golf course, and a swimming pool, perfect for family getaways. But it's not just real estate that's contributing to Barron's fortune. He's also part owner in some of the world's biggest tech companies. From Amazon to Tesla to Microsoft, Barron has stakes in major players like Alphabet, Apple, Meta, and JP Morgan Chase. With 25% of his trust fund tied to these stocks, his wealth is on a trajectory to grow at an extraordinary rate. In a world where wealth and power go hand in hand, Barron Trump's inheritance is more than just about money. It's about securing a future that's set to be as grand as his beginnings. Barron Trump's early years were steeped in luxury, a life that many could only fantasize about. As the youngest of the Trump children, Barron's world was always going to be one of unparalleled opulence, and his parents, Donald and Melania, made sure of it. One of the most unforgettable gifts Barron received as a newborn came from comedian Ellen DeGeneres, a baby carriage made entirely of gold. Yes, you read that correctly, a golden pram, an extravagant gesture that set the tone for a childhood filled with luxury. This wasn't just a gift, it was a glimpse into the lavish world Barron was born into, where wealth wasn't just a part of life, it was the foundation of it. Barron's living space was equally as impressive. He grew up in the Trump Tower penthouse, a multi-story apartment perched high above the city, offering sweeping views of Central Park and the entire Manhattan skyline. Located on the iconic Fifth Avenue, the Trump Tower is an emblem of extravagance, and its penthouse is the crown jewel. Marble, gold, and opulence defined this sky-high mansion with an entire floor dedicated to Barron. While most children are happy to have their own room, Barron had an entire wing. A nursery, living room, kitchen, and even space for his mother and nannies were all contained in his personal domain. His nursery, done in the style of Louis XIV, looked more like a royal suite, with intricate designs and elegant furnishings befitting royalty. Melania Trump, Barron's mother, played a key role in curating this luxurious environment. She wasn't just about extravagant furnishings. She was about ensuring Barron's comfort and well-being on every level. One of the most jaw-dropping aspects of Barron's childhood was his nightly skincare routine. When Melania launched her high-end skincare line in 2013, one of the standout products was a caviar-infused moisturizer called Caviar Complex C6. And guess what? Barron was part of the skincare ritual. Melania revealed that every night she would apply the luxurious caviar moisturizer on Barron from head to toe. Now, most kids get a quick bath and bedtime routine, but Barron's was nothing short of royal pampering. It's hard to imagine anything more extravagant than that. Barron's early life was an amazing blend of over-the-top luxury and endless pampering. And believe it or not, the golden baby carriage, the dedicated floor in Trump Tower, and the caviar moisturizer were just the start of what was sure to be a life filled with indulgence at every turn. Growing up in a world where wealth and privilege are a given, Barron Trump's education was always going to be a priority. Melania Trump, as a devoted mother, made sure to take a very active role in her son's upbringing. She wasn't content to simply let others handle Barron's early learning. She was determined to be right there every step of the way. Melania has spoken often about her commitment to being a full-time mom and staying involved in Barron's education from day one. She didn't want to miss any moment of his learning journey, whether it was the basics like ABCs or the more advanced topics like algebra. To make sure Barron got the best foundation, Melania took on the role of his primary teacher, homeschooling him in the early years. Barron's education wasn't limited to just reading and math, though. With his mother being fluent in Slovenian, Barron grew up speaking the language, thanks to lessons from her and his grandparents. But that wasn't all. He also learned Czech and French, showing early on that languages were a key part of his upbringing. In fact, Melania has shared how much Barron enjoyed Slovenian cuisine, particularly the dishes his grandmother, Amalia Kanavs, used to make for him. As Barron got older, it was time for him to attend a more traditional school, but Melania made sure he was well prepared for that next step. Before the family moved to the White House, Barron attended Columbia Grammar and Preparatory School in New York City. Known for its rigorous academics and creative atmosphere, this elite school set Barron up for success. In fact, his final year there included an unforgettable field trip to Washington, D.C., where Barron and his classmates toured the nation's capital with Secret Service agents in tow. After the White House years, Barron continued his education at St. Andrews in Maryland, where the tuition alone ran up to $50,000 a year. For the Trump family, that investment in Barron's future was worth every penny. St. Andrews provided a sense of normalcy for Barron, allowing him to make friends and enjoy the typical school experience while living in the spotlight. Then, in 2021, Barron switched to Oxbridge Academy in Florida. Though the tuition at $38,000 a year was still steep, it was considered more affordable than his previous schools. Oxbridge Academy, with its reputation for a 100% college acceptance rate and a track record of sending graduates to top universities, was another top-tier educational institution for Barron. Now that Barron has finished high school, his academic journey is far from over. With the Trump family's continued commitment to his education, it's clear Barron is poised to take the next step in his learning. And with Oxbridge's impressive college record, we can only imagine the prestigious universities Barron may be heading to next. When Donald Trump became president in 2016, it didn't just change his life, it also meant major changes for his family, especially for Barron. However, unlike his father and mother, Barron didn't make the immediate move to Washington, D.C. Instead, he stayed behind in New York City with his mother to finish out the school year. It wasn't until June 2017, when Barron was 11, that he officially moved into the White House with Melania. This move was historic in its own right. Barron became the first son to live in the White House since John F. Kennedy Jr. in 1963. It was a huge shift, going from the luxe Trump Tower to the even grander White House. But Barron handled it like a pro, adapting seamlessly to life in one of the world's most famous homes. One of the standout features of Barron's time in the White House was, without a doubt, his custom-designed bedroom. This wasn't just any room, it was a high-tech dream space with all the latest gadgets and sleek modern furnishings. Complete with a gaming setup that could rival any teenager's dream, Barron had a place to call his own, where he could unwind and escape from the constant spotlight. Beyond his room, Barron had access to a whole array of luxury amenities at the White House. One of his favorites, the private home theater. Imagine being able to watch movies in a theater with state-of-the-art sound and plush seating, all in the comfort of your own home. For Barron, this was the perfect place to relax and take a break from his busy life. He also enjoyed the White House pool, a place for him to kick back, swim, or hang out with friends and family. This spot, often a retreat for first families, gave Barron a space to relax and enjoy the finer things in life. And let's not forget the White House bowling alley tucked away in the basement. It was another special feature that made Barron's life a bit different from other kids his age. He could spend time with friends, have fun, and create memories in this one-of-a-kind space. Despite all the luxury surrounding him, Barron's parents, especially Melania, were determined to give him as much normalcy as possible. She was deeply protective of her son, making sure he had a routine that balanced school, play, and family time. She also made it a point to shield Barron from the negative side of fame, which meant keeping his life as private as possible, despite the public nature of his father's presidency. Security was another key element in Barron's life at the White House. With his status as the president's son, he was always accompanied by Secret Service agents, providing him with the highest level of protection. This wasn't just for his safety, it also gave him the freedom to enjoy his life without constantly worrying about security threats. Even after Donald left office, Barron continued to have Secret Service protection until he turned 16, thanks to a law that extends this security to children of presidents until they reach that age. As for his parents, they'll enjoy the same protection for life. Barron's time in the White House was a rare blend of luxury, security, and childhood experiences, shaped by the exceptional circumstances of being the son of a president. It was a unique life, but one that Barron seemed to navigate with surprising ease. Barron Trump's fashion and public opinion. Barron Trump's fashion game is something to be admired, and let's face it, the young heir has an innate sense of style that's impossible to ignore. It's no shocker, considering he has Melania Trump, a former supermodel, as his mom. Fashion runs in the family. From the very beginning, Barron made sure to step into the spotlight with a polished, sharp look. And it's clear his mom played a big role in guiding his fashion choices. Melania, with her impeccable taste, has made sure her son always presents himself as a miniature fashionista. Barron's style journey kicked off early, and one of his most memorable moments came when he attended his father's inauguration in 2017. At just 10 years old, he stunned in a sleek navy suit, paired with a crisp white shirt and a silk navy tie. His well-groomed hair and classy attire made it clear that Barron had a knack for formal fashion, even at such a young age. As his father served in office, Barron's wardrobe choices continued to impress. Whether he was attending high-profile events, traveling on official trips with his parents, or just stepping out with his family, Barron's outfits never missed the mark. He had a knack for pulling off a sophisticated, timeless style, favoring well-tailored suits and pristine shirts that showed he wasn't just a kid, but a young man with a refined fashion sense. One outfit that really turned heads was a black suit Barron wore to a White House state dinner in 2018, held in honor of French President Emmanuel Macron. The suit was an eye-catching $10,000 piece that had everyone talking, further cementing his status as a style icon in the making. Barron's fashion is more than just clothes. It's a reflection of his upbringing and the influence of those around him. With a mother who knows the ins and outs of high-end fashion, it's clear that Barron is ready to carry the Trump legacy with grace, poise, and a seriously enviable wardrobe. Barron's wardrobe is a perfect mix of high-end labels and more laid-back pieces, showing that his style can adapt to any occasion while always looking put together. While he's often seen in formal attire from designers like Ralph Lauren and Brooks Brothers, he's also got a knack for casual outfits that still carry his signature flair. When it's time for a more relaxed vibe, Barron knows how to keep it stylish without sacrificing comfort. On family vacations or more informal outings, he's been spotted rocking cotton t-shirts, shorts, and sneakers. But even in these more laid-back looks, he still manages to stand out. Take a memorable moment in 2019 when the Trump family was returning from their Mar-a-Lago resort. Barron stepped off Air Force One sporting khaki pants, a classic white polo, a bold red jacket, and beige New Balance sneakers. The bright red jacket immediately caught the eye, adding a fun pop of color to the scene, while his parents kept it more neutral, showing Barron's ability to inject personality into his wardrobe. Of course, Barron's style isn't just about wearing clothes. It's a reflection of the life he's grown up with. Surrounded by high fashion from a young age, thanks to his mother Melania, Barron has always had an eye for designer pieces. Melania, known for her elegant style, has made sure her son always dresses in high-quality, well-tailored garments, which speaks to their family's wealth and status. Whether he's dressed to the nines for a formal event or sporting a casual but still chic look, Barron's wardrobe is a testament to his refined taste and confidence in expressing his own style. As Barron has gotten older, his fashion sense has continued to turn heads. Take, for example, his stylish appearance in August 2020 when he was just 14. Stepping off Air Force One, Barron caught the spotlight in a retro-inspired bomber jacket by Moncler, trimmed in red, white, and blue. Paired with sleek black jeans and leather shoes, he looked every bit like a young fashion icon, effortlessly blending modern flair with a nod to classic style. Barron has a keen eye for accessories as well, especially when it comes to watches. He's often seen rocking some seriously luxurious timepieces, including a Rolex Submariner, an investment piece starting at $10,000. And that's just the beginning. He's also been spotted wearing an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, a sleek $20,000 plus watch, adding a sporty yet sophisticated touch to his wardrobe. And if you thought that was impressive, Barron has been known to wear a Patek Philippe Nautilus, a high-end watch starting at $30,000, with prices going up depending on the model. With his ability to mix classic looks with modern touches, it's easy to see why people speculate that Barron might one day make a splash in the fashion world. Between his striking looks, towering height, and fashion-forward family connections, he has all the ingredients for a potential career in the industry. While it's unclear whether he'll follow in his mother Melania's footsteps and pursue fashion professionally, Barron is definitely a young man to watch in terms of style. For now, though, Barron seems to be enjoying his teenage years, living life in the spotlight with a taste for luxury, and effortlessly pulling off some seriously polished looks along the way. Barron Trump's public appearances continue to captivate the public's imagination, drawing attention and curiosity whenever he steps into the spotlight. As the youngest son of a former president, his presence at events often sparks media buzz, adding another layer of intrigue to his already fascinating life. One of Barron's recent high-profile appearances took place during Easter 2024 at his father's luxurious Mar-a-Lago club, a private resort known for its opulence. The event gave the public another glimpse into Barron's privileged world, where wealth and status blend seamlessly with family traditions. The Easter gathering at Mar-a-Lago was no ordinary dinner. The event was filled with elite guests, And Barron, growing taller by the day and looking increasingly like his father, was hard to miss. Standing out not only because of his height, but also his poised and polished appearance, Barron made an impression dressed in a sharp black suit with a yellow tie, radiating sophistication. The setting itself, Mar-a-Lago, is a fitting backdrop for the family's lifestyle, an estate famous for its sprawling grounds, luxurious features, and exclusivity. Barron's presence at this event further highlighted his place in the upper echelons of society. And while the lavish surroundings were a perfect representation of his world, it was his interactions with family and guests that seemed to intrigue people the most. Photos and videos of Barron from the Easter event showcased him sharing moments with his parents, typically by their side, as they mingled with guests. One particular video even captured Barron sitting with his mother, waiting for the meal to be served, while his father chatted with friends. These rare, candid moments offered a peek into Barron's life, one that, despite the grandeur, still includes those normal family interactions. This event was just one in a long line of public appearances Barron has made over the years, each giving the public a deeper look into his evolving role within the Trump family. From showcasing his impressive presence to offering glimpses of his personal life, Barron's appearances continue to reflect both the privilege and the unique normalcy of his existence. Barron Trump may be known for his impressive wardrobe and being part of one of the most high-profile families in the world, but there's more to him than just the glitter and glam. One of his real passions is soccer, and his love for the sport has been evident for years. It all started when Barron was spotted in an Arsenal FC shirt during a White House event back in 2017, signaling his fondness for the game. Since then, he's gone from a fan to a player, even joining youth teams like DC United's Under-12 squad and the Arlington Soccer Association's Under-14 team. While Barron has made his mark on the soccer field, his father, Donald Trump, has made sure to lend his support in any way possible. It's been reported that Donald has bragged about Barron's potential to figures like the president of FIFA, and he's even gone so far as to introduce his son to soccer legends. For Barron, being the son of a former president comes with some pretty incredible perks. Not only does he get FIFA World Cup memorabilia directly from Vladimir Putin, but he's also rubbed shoulders with famous players like Wayne Rooney, all while having his soccer career mentioned at press conferences. But being in the public eye has its downsides, especially as Barron matures. The moment he turned 18 in March 2024, the spotlight on him grew even brighter. No longer just the son of a president, Barron was now an adult, and some felt it was time for him to face public scrutiny head-on. The media was quick to shift its focus, with some suggesting that Barron, now legally an adult, was fair game for criticism, as if his childhood no longer protected him from being part of the conversation. This change in perception was accompanied by some big moves on Barron's part. He was named a Florida delegate to the Republican National Convention, signaling his growing involvement in his father's political sphere. However, just before Barron was set to take on this role, he pulled out, citing prior commitments. His decision came just as he was about to graduate from Oxbridge Academy in West Palm Beach. While this surprised many, it seemed to signal that Barron might want to forge his own path, independent of his father's direct influence. As Barron steps into adulthood, his life of luxury, surrounded by wealth and high society, is likely to continue. From high-end fashion to extravagant homes, he embodies the opulence the Trump family is known for. But with this privilege comes an undeniable spotlight. And now, as a legal adult, Barron's life and choices are under even more scrutiny than before. What do you think about Barron Trump and his life under the microscope? Share your thoughts below.